So, the Orlando Magic vs the Milwaukee Bucks was a physical battle between two hungry teams, one having a star make his comeback from injury in Paolo Banchero, and the other having two stars who have turned their team's season around in Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. This game had a lot happen, ending in a 109-106 win for the Bucks, but how exactly did everything play out? Well, to kick things off, the Bucks wasted no time getting to work as they used Giannis in the screener in this handoff action, and with Silva going under the screen, this one ends in a Prince three-pointer. The next time down the floor, we get to see Dame use his gravity to attract both defenders on this pick and roll, and once again, this allows an easy look from the outside. When going back the other way, Milwaukee shows a 2-3 zone to the Magic, which Goga realizes, so that's why you're going to see him set a back screen on Dame to get KCP open, but not only does this allow KCP to catch it with ease, it also makes Jackson now have to rotate up due to KCP being open, so with one more swing to the corner, Orlando gets a three-pointer of their own from Cole Anthony. To keep that momentum rolling, the Magic use this high pick and roll with Banchero now that the Bucks have switched to man defense, which then forces Lopez to slide over to protect the paint, and would you look right there, you have the big man and Goga cutting right to the rim, and here we go.
Banchero dropping it inside to Bataze.
With that high pick and roll being a success, the Magic go right back to it with Banchero as the ball handler, and since Milwaukee miscommunicates on their coverage, they allow Paolo to make this easy pass to Silva in the corner, and now the Magic have taken the lead after starting off down 6. Already you can see that the Magic are playing with some heart to gain the lead, and after this miss from Banchero, he doesn't just relax and mope down the court, he instead hustles hard all the way down the floor, and this effort right here is what forces Giannis to miss this dunk. Plays like this showcase how hard this team plays, and with the focus being to make things hard for Giannis, Goga does a solid job holding his ground on this bump, and once again, Milwaukee misses another shot. Now that the Magic are in the groove and the juices are flowing, we get to see Paolo comfortably size up Giannis with the behind the back into a step back, and if you look at this line right here, it showcases all the space Banchero has to pull up, simply because Giannis didn't believe in the jumper, and bada bing, it's money team. With the Orlando crowd hype off that Banchero 3, Dame can't allow them to get all rowdy, so once passing half court, he comes off a high pick and roll from Lopez that allows him to get ahead of steam downhill. And with the rookie not being used to NBA antics, Lillard shows him what it's like to guard a crafty player by grabbing this and one on this pull-up at the free throw line. On the very next possession, you're going to see KCP save the ball, leading to Giannis catching it near the wing, and if you look once Dame gets the ball, there's two defenders running at him due to his 37% shooting from deep, so now with no one around to cover Prince on the wing, who is a sniper, he's able to line it up and let it fly. The Bucks have now found their rhythm, cutting the lead to just 3, and with the Magic making it a focal point to collapse on Giannis, he understands to take his time before going up, and now the lead for Orlando is only 1 point. Now trust me, this run from the Bucks didn't faze Orlando whatsoever, as they stuck to the game plan, and with them having good chemistry between one another, they're able to use ball movement to get the ball from one side to the other, and hey, I think we all know how this one ends. This next man up mentality the Magic play with leads to them being a very unselfish team, so at all times they're looking for guys to pass it to while other guys are working to make themselves available, and that's when you get this beautiful execution out the triangle offense for Silva bucketing close. If we go back to what I stated earlier, the Magic were playing with some heart pretty much like they always do, so as this Cole Anthony 3 goes up, I want you all to look at everyone down low. Can you tell me what's wrong with this picture? Well, if you guess no one from the Bucks is boxing out, then you would be correct. Sure, some people will say they're waiting for a long rebound because it's a 3 and blah blah blah, but in reality, this is pure laziness and tunnel vision, which ultimately gets tipped out to Silva, who is then able to send it right back down to Isaac to put the Magic up 8. At this point, the Bucks themselves need to see something go through the basket as the Magic were widening the gap, so after this nasty slam from Giannis, he turns around on the defensive end to break up this pick and roll to initiate the fast break, and when you end up in a situation like this, you might as well go ahead and watch the show. The lead now for Orlando is only at 4 points, so the Bucks get into a pick and roll with Lillard, which 9 times out of 10 leads to a great look, and just like earlier in the game, the gravity he has pulls defenders to him, making them simply forget about their man they're supposed to guard, and now the game is back in battle distance with Milwaukee back down 1 point. By now, you can see that the game was an entertaining back and forth matchup, just waiting for one team to pull away. But with the Magic, they do no backing down. So after the stolen pass to break up the pick and roll from Banchero, we get to see Wendell show some hustle after a Magic turnover, and once again, they didn't allow anything easy from Giannis in the first quarter as this one gets sent right back the other way. The Magic's defense was truly intense, making the Bucks work hard for any and every shot they wanted. So once Giannis falls to the ground after some solid defense from Banchero, he finds Middleton on the cut to the basket, but like I said, this defense was tough. So here comes another block off the glass, leading to an Anthony block lay with some finesse. Now just when you thought the Magic would close the quarter off with a 2-possession lead, the Bucks showed them otherwise with this isolation from Giannis up top, and as we all know, you can't give a guy like this a head of steam or else that launch pad becomes fully activated.
Nice driving.
Yeah, this first quarter was full of action, and with that same heart from the first quarter leaking into the second, we again see Isaac in a perfect position to grab the rebound, and I'm pretty sure this is something the Bucks had to talk about in the film room. The Magic were locked in on detail, making sure they cleaned up on every mistake from the first, so when the pick and roll is shown, KCP knows they want to look for the kick out, so he decides to give Lopez a bump to make sure he can't roll with ease, but since his eyes are always on the ball and he didn't fully commit to Lopez, he's able to steal the pass to go the other way, and AB, let's turn up. With the momentum heavily in Orlando's favor, they start making play after play on both the defensive and offensive end to extend the lead to 8 points. But with Dame tired of the Magic show, he immediately gets into a pull-up from 26 feet directly off his screen once passing half court, and although the Bucks do break down once again, allowing Silva to attack the rim with aggression, this didn't steer Dame off his path at all, as he came right back down shooting off Anthony with the beautiful behind the back to attack the rim, and even with some contact present, he still gets the bucket to go. The rest of this half, we would see both teams go at it, with the Bucks really making a run with their 2 stars to send this game to halftime with a close score of 51-50, and this same exact narrative played out when getting down to crunch time in the 4th quarter. With the Magic down by 2 at this moment, Paolo Banchero stepped up in a big way, sizing up Bobby Portis before calmly knocking down a 3-pointer to give the Magic a 1-point lead. But hey, by now, you know the theme of the game, and that's an eye for an eye. So with Dame not having none of it, he immediately answers with a pull-up of his own off the screen, and with that craftiness we highlighted earlier, he now has 3 shots at the line. Having a guy like this who can create any shot he wants is special, as after both teams miss some shots, Dame takes matters into his own hands by crossing Black to get to the lane, and this one right here is way too easy. Dame's ability to take over a game is something we've all known he's been capable of for years, and after both defenders run to Portis on the pick and roll leaving Dame wide open, it makes you wonder if they read the scouting report or if they're just losing concentration. To be honest, it doesn't matter whichever one it is, because although the Magic fought hard to get back into this game, Giannis started to come alive with his shot making from the elbow and finishes inside, and for the Magic, Banchero was doing everything he could to keep them close, but ended up short for the win by just 2 points. This game was a fun one to watch as both teams were going back and forth, but when you have 2 bona fide stars you can lean on, it makes it even that more difficult to be beaten. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.